basically what we are going to do today is we are going to explore some differentiation strategies. So those strategies, what different companies are adapting to, and based on that they are differentiating themselves in the market. So we are just going to explore few of the real world examples, and after that we will be inspiring and encouraging some action points from today's session, that what actions we need to take actually internally in order to take ourselves to that next level, where we not just stand out from the competition, but internally we streamline things in a way that it triggers long-term sustainability and growth factor at the same time. So, exploring differentiation strategies, there are many brands in the market which we can examine and to have a look that what are those strategies, or what are those actions they have taken in the past, which has resulted, that they are now currently standing out in the market from the competition. So these are just few examples that we are going to see from the market: Nike, PepsiCo, McDonald's, and Mitsubishi. So one by one, we will just go through their strategies, which they actually, obviously there's a huge work behind the scenes, which happened for years and years, and internally they streamlined the processes in a way that resulted, in those strategies which they practically implemented in the market and then stood out from the competition. Let's talk about Nike's differentiation strategy. Their innovation and branding is obviously one of those which revolves around the differentiation strategy. Their focus on cutting edge sports footwear and apparel, combined with high profile endorsements from the top athletes, sets them apart from other sports brands. The Just Do It slogan further it reinforces their unique value proposition of empowering individuals to achieve greatness. So Nike, as I think everyone knows about this brand. So if we just, I am not sure if anyone has watched. There is a movie come documentary on Netflix by the name of Air. So that is basically revolves some around this Nike strategy early in the days, where the team at the back end, the technical team, the marketing team, how actually they strategized and made this happen. This Air Jordan brand which they launched some time back, and how they hooked up with Michael Jordan, and how they actually that actually all created the differentiation in the market, and that was the starting point. So these are the team at the back end actually, how they work on those strategies, and they combine together, which actually results in the market strategy which they finally implement, and based on that they stand out from the competition. Okay, now PepsiCo, as you are aware of, they have multiple brands under this entity. So Pepsi, Lay's, Gatorade, Tropicana. So basically, their strategy is that diversifying their product portfolio. So they are basically catering a wide range of consumer preferences. So just beyond the cola thing, they are now they got into Lay's, Gatorade, and Tropicana. So this is what they actually devised their strategy, and they worked around this strategy in a way that they stood out from the competition. Obviously, like in one specific area they might be having some different strategy, but overall as a PepsiCo, as an entity, so this is what they identified, that we will be getting into multiple and diversified product range in order to cater multiple segment of the market. So talking about McDonald's, as everyone know, Arabia is something which we see over here in Saudi Arabia and maybe in the neighboring countries. I remember some time back in Pakistan there used to be some this chapli kebab burger and bun kebab. So they are actually localized for based on the territory flavor and requirements, and so the localization strategy is basically what they have adopted as a differentiation factor. Whereas Maybe some other brands in their competition, they stick to the core only. So they don't show that kind of flexibility. Even they start operating in multiple countries where there are different preferences, but they stick to their core. So here in the case of McDonald's, they show that flexibility and that they do the localization strategy. So that becomes their differentiation as a brand. So Mitsubishi also, their diversified product range is what they also has considered as their differentiation, catering multiple industries from automotive and industrial equipment to electronics and home appliances. So Mitsubishi actually has positioned itself as a multifaceted, and reliable brand within a strong global presence. So they do have their own uh, strategy they worked on, and they became, differentiating factor they created in the market. So they might it definitely would have worked for them. So that's why they have, worked around this for a long time. So, these are the few examples which I have shared with you, which is, in the market, and they have their different range of strategies which they have adapted over the years, and that we can see in the market, the external factors. So we perceive it in a way that, they are different from the market. But the point is that in order to do that, there has been, some work on the back end, in between the departments, within the team members. So it's basically the internal things which they did, and they actually, maybe have done championed in those areas, which actually resulted in the final result which see in the market, and we, see those differentiation in the market. So where it actually started from, that we are going to look into those details, that what are those areas internally that we need to work. And obviously as a brand, let's talk about tracking as a brand in the market. So there will be some external strategies that we will be having, that how we are going to approach the customers in a different way, how we are going to sell our product and services in a way which is different from the competition. So those are the decisions, or the strategies will be done considering the market situation. But in order to reach to that final result, yes, there are going to be steps internally which we have to take. There are going to be some processes which need to streamline internally, and those are the basics. So now those basics which we need to do actually, and we have to devise our strategy around those. So now we are going to get into those areas. Okay, quality, one of my favorite things. So this world or this phenomena, so I think this is something which you will be now coming across many times during this session from this slide onwards, and not just during this slide, but I think what we are going to try and practice in our daily lives in a way that, we define our processes. It's not just the quality product or service. Basically, when we talk about quality, just just to make you understand what is quality. When we talk about quality, it just does not mean that we are talking about the quality product or quality services. Yes, that might be the eventual, the result of many things which we do internally, but it's all about, the quality within the organization, by in each and every aspect. What we would like to have, let's say, we start with the manufacturing. So we have to have a quality processes within that manufacturing area, in order to, have the consistent results over and over and over again. And apart from that, we need to have quality department within that manufacturing facility. The people who are working over there, they need to have, they need to be quality resources. So this is one another aspect. It's not just the quality in the product and services, it's the quality all across the organization. We have to have quality procedures. We have to have quality processes, defined processes, that, produces repeatedly and consistently the good results. the resources or the team we have. So we have to, and make sure that those are the quality resources, or we are doing things in order to enhance the quality aspect of the team members. The customer service. So we have to have a quality customer service where we are reaching to the customers in a professional manner. We are following up with them in timely, before time. It's not like, the customer, once we sell anything to the customer, and then we just wait. If there is any complaint or anything, then we get into action and to resolve those. So it's quality customer service also, which makes things, happen. Then obviously those all things internally, where we try to, implement the quality things, and that is going to result actually the, eventually, I would say, the quality products and the services. Okay, let's let's see further that what are those concepts of quality. So first, as I mentioned, that there has to be defined processes, procedures that we have to have, so that we can repeat the results over and over. So it's not like that we come across any situation and then we start hitting the walls here and there to find a solution. We have to have a clear and defined policies and procedures in each department, so that whenever there is a task, so we know that what are the process and procedures we have to go through in order to complete that task. Okay, before the next point, I would like to share a video. Okay, so this is just a few seconds of video which I have shared with you. So a quick question: what is the major understanding which you have got out of these few seconds of the video? Anyone, if you want to mention anything of what's understood out of that video? Ji Murid.
Basically, at the last point, he doesn't himself to be gold. He pass out to the other person to just to get the chance, because if he will be not able to do the goal. So that's
Yeah.
why he passed to the person who has the gap, and they
Yeah.
have that objective. So whatever the teamwork is.
Yes, true. Anyone, any other point? So do we have only Murid in the today's session? I hope everyone watched the video. I don't think it's a classic football thing which I have shared, which everyone watches. So it's not anything complicated. So any other point if someone wants to add?
In
Hi,
सबको
there
सर
is
कॉफी
something
पिलाएं
that,
आगे के लो.
there is something that I would like to add regarding this video.
Yeah.
There is another point. If you wanted to do something, try to do it yourself till the end. Sometimes passing things to other people, they might not finalize it the way you do.
Okay. Asim.
Yeah, I think it's more of a very well planned strategy within the team. So you know that who is good and what, and based on that, you are doing your passes and making the strategy in a way that everyone is involved and plays a role and does his job with his strengths.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the second thing which comes in that list is a teamwork. So the video which I have shared, if you have noticed that it all started back from the goalkeeper who just passed it on the first to the defenders, and from there it goes on to the midfield, and obviously to the attackers. And as Murid also mentioned, that one of those in the attacking field, he could have tried and play selfish and he would have tried to hit in towards the goal, but he just saw a gap where one of the team members could have easily made a way to the success. So he played selfless over there and passed it on to the next team member, who just scored it easily. So basically, if we just relate all this to an organization, so we do have finance department. Let's say, just for the sake of an example over here, that the goalkeeper is the one who's the finance department. He passes on the ball to the operations, to the technical team, which is the defenders, maybe technical team, or maybe the manufacturing facility and all. From there it goes on to the operations and marketing team in the midfield, who is actually passing it on further to our front runners, that is sales team. And within the sales team also, then obviously we have team members who plays along in order to have a success overall for the organization or for the team. So the point is that it's practically not possible that any individual can have a success without having a team as a whole. So the attacker, if he thinks that he is the one scoring the goal, he cannot simply score a goal if he's not being fed properly from the back end, like the defender or the finance or the operations team. So the attackers, they should not get into that mindset that okay, we are the ones who are basically scoring the goals. They have to make sure they have the understanding that it's basically the teamwork and which makes it happen. And then when we talk about the midfielders, there are at times that if a midfielder also finds a gap and looks for an opportunity that he can proceed further and score a goal for the team, so he gets to that. But the actual objective is that he supports the strikers in a way that they get to a position where they can score for the goal. So the overall idea of this video, that we have to work as a team. It's not practically possible that we get a success for the organization if we are trying to play individually. And there's no one superior in the team. It's the teamwork. Yes, we need to follow the protocols of hierarchy overall, but having said that, when we talk about as a team, so there is no one superior or some department which is considered as superior than the other. It has to be the teamwork which will bring the success. So the point is, if the team is having the success, only then the individuals will have their success recognized and rewarded. So if as a team we are not succeeding, the team is not scoring goals, so no matter what, if an individual is playing excellently, superbly, or as an individual, but if the team is not scoring well, so it's not practical possible that get to a sustainable growth and all that. So the point is that we have to work as a team. So this also comes under the concept of the quality which I highlighted earlier, that having excellent teamwork is one of those areas. Then consistency. It's just practically not possible that we do something today with full energy and all, and after a week time it gets died down. So there has to be a consistent effort, consistent work which we have to do in order to have the success. So this is again one of the aspects of the quality, that it has to be the consistency that we have to bring within our organization, which will obviously eventually going to bring results for us. Then analysis and measurement. So one area, obviously, that as I mentioned earlier in the start, that when we do this exercise, or we do this phenomena, that how we are going to stand out from the competition. So one thing which as in the process we do is evaluate and analyze our existing processes, our existing the procedures, and based on that we bring improvement in those. So continuous improvement, as earlier it's mentioned over there. So these are the things, basically measurement and analysis, which brings those areas on the table where we need to improve. So continuously doing analysis of the situation of the departments within, and the connectivity of the departments. So that as a team, when we are passing the ball from next one to the next one, so these are the analysis which will bring overall sustainable growth in the longer run. Then obviously as we mentioned, that we have to have skilled resources, the quality resources. So that is something which we can do as an organization, that we start hiring only quality people. So that's one strategy that many companies or organizations adapt. But the other is obviously the team member who has been working together for a long time. We keep on working on the skills. We keep on bringing the training modules in a way that we enhance the skills overall, and that helps not just growing individuals, and but obviously that is going to benefit the whole organization. So one thing, when we talk about trainings or enhancing the skills of individuals, so one thing that has to be realized, that it's the first advantage or the first benefit who is going to get out of it is an individual himself or herself. So it's not the organization might come secondary in that aspect. It's first an individual himself actually who will have the benefit in the personality, in the skills which you can practice, and then organization will have the benefit out of it. So it has to be the seriousness of an individual to realize that when we are talking about the training sessions or we are talking about enhancing the skills, it's individuals who are going to get the benefit on very first thing. Then it comes the rest. Okay, on quality thing, as I mentioned, that you are going to come across this word not just today's session again and again, but we are going to repeatedly now start talking about this on a daily basis, because what actually the successful organizations, how they implement quality strategy. So this is one question which comes. Now I'll actually do one thing, that I'll take you through some of the quotes, because we are not here to reinvent the wheel. There are a few things which has been practiced and done over and over, and those are the basics which we also need to do. Yes, there are areas where we need to innovate. We need to think out of the box, but there are areas which we need to have those basics being done correctly. So this quality thing is one of those. So it's basically, as Total mentioned, that it's not just an act, it's a habit. So basically, it's something which we practice over and over, and it becomes our habit. And then only it's possible that whatever we do on our daily basis, each function, either it is operations, finance, technical, sales, marketing. So whatever the team members are doing, they will have this habit of doing things in a quality way. So that is something which will be done if we keep on practicing on regular basis. So quality is the result of a carefully constructed cultural environment. It has to be the fabric of the organization, not the part of the fabric. So this is the realization actually which we have to do in order to have sustainable and growth. So quality means doing it right when no one is looking. So that's the mindset actually, that we realize that whatever we are doing in our department, in our daily job, so that is something which we have to do in a proper way. What quality means, that we have defined, that it has to be the teamwork, the continuous improvement. So those points which I highlighted as a concept around the quality. So and if we continuously keep on doing that, so even if someone is not looking at you, and if your manager, your team, your team leader or anyone, so that is something which will come from your inside, that this is how we do things. So this will be done accordingly. So quality is an investment in the future. So as we were talking about, long-term sustainable growth and overall enhancement of capabilities of an individual. So these are the things. If we manage to do that, so that's quality, and that is an investment in the future. That is going to bring results, regardless. Maybe you will feel like that what results it has brought to you today, but surely tomorrow it will bring results, because these are consistent efforts which you are making in streamlining the processes and the procedures, that is going to eventually result in standing out from the competition, the strategies that we are going to define for the external aspect, and then that is going to lead us to the sustainable growth aspect. So when we talk about quality, so how a successful organization implements quality strategy. So basically, number one is quality mindset is one that is shared among all the team members, every individual. I mean, from a worker to CEO. So every individual carries that quality mindset. Number two is every team member recognizes the quality touches everything they do on daily basis. This is where quality becomes a lifestyle choice, not just a process. So that's what we need to make it a lifestyle choice, and it's a full responsibility of every individual, and it has to be demonstrated by the team leaders. So when we say walk the talk, so basically that's what we need to do as leaders, that we have to demonstrate these actions, so that the all it gets inculcated as a whole in the team. Okay, next is just a couple of minutes of video that you need to listen carefully, as that is around the same subject.
Funny, the group of people that do not use quality in their marketing are the Japanese. You never see them using quality in their marketing. It's only the American companies that do. And yet, if you ask people on the street which products have the best reputation for quality, they will tell you the Japanese products. Now, why is that? How could that be? The answer is because customers don't form their opinions on quality from marketing. They don't form their opinions on quality from who won the Deming Award or who won the Baldrige Award. They form their opinions on quality from their own experience with the products or the services. And so one can spend enormous amounts of money on quality. One can win every quality award there is, and yet if your products don't live up to it, customers will not keep that opinion for long in their minds. And so I think where we have to start is with our products and our services, not with our marketing department. And we need to get back to the basics and go improve our products and services. Now again, quality isn't just the product or the service, it's having the right product. Knowing where the market's going and having the most innovative products is just as much a part of quality as the quality of the construction of the product when you have it. And I think what we're seeing is the quality leaders of today have integrated that quality technology well beyond their manufacturing, now going well into their sales and marketing and out as far as they can to touch the customer, and trying to create super efficient processes back from the customer all the way through to the delivery of the end product, so that they can have the most innovative products, understand the customer needs fastest, et cetera, et cetera. In most companies, if you're new and you ask, why is it done this way? The answer is because that's the way we do it here, or because that's the way it's always been done. And in my opinion, the largest contribution of much of this quality thinking is to approach these ways of doing things, these processes, scientifically, where there is a theory behind why we do them. There is a description of what we do, and most importantly, there is an opportunity to always question what we do. And this is a radically different approach to business processes than the traditional one, because it's always done this way. And that single shift is everything, in my opinion, because in that shift is a tremendous optimistic point of view about the people that work in a company. It says these people are very smart. They're not pawns. They're very smart. And if given the opportunity to change and improve, they will. They will improve the processes if there's a mechanism for it. And that optimistic humanism I find very appealing. And I think we have countless examples that it works.
Right. So basically, again, the same thing which we have been, stressing upon, that it's the processes, it's the internal aspect of the organization, which basically we have to, keep on thinking in a way that how we can bring further improvement, how we can, have better teamwork in a way that we get to the end result. So the quality aspect across the organization in each function, and then looking in the current procedures and the way we are doing it, how we can further improve it. Yes, we have been doing like this. It has turned out to be good for us, but today we have to do better than before. And why we have to do better than before? That because we want to get to the best. So it's good, better, best thing. So it has to be, always kept on, improving, and we have to look into this thing accordingly. Okay, so overall, when we talk about the positive work environment success, so as we have been talking about, the processes, creates a positive work environment, enhances productivity, and improves the overall performance and success of your business. So it's a continuous thing. We have to keep working on keep innovating in a way also that these standard processes that we have developed, and it gets smooth in a way that any transaction that happens between the functions, it is just seamless and quick, efficient, and that eventually results in reaching out to the customers. And that's how it adds up into to our today's session's title, that's how you become, you stand out actually among the competitors. With the strategies to stand out, so first of all, obviously we have to identify our unique strengths, embrace the authenticity, continuous learning and improvement, network and connect, innovate and adapt, and stay positive and resilient. So, I mean, if we talk about overall the strategies we have just touched upon, and just to summarize those, so these are the steps which we have to just understand, because when we talk about external aspect where the competition is already there, and it's getting tough day by day. So we have to keep an eye what competition is doing, have to understand the market. Then based on that, we identify what are our unique strengths and how we can compete in a way that we capitalize the internal things which we implement, which we have just discussed around the quality thing. And that's how we start becoming. So basically, today's session was based on the fact that we discussed few of the strategies which some companies have done. What are the basics on the back end that we have to adapt and have to perform consistently around those, so that we have the results in a way that the company stands out overall, or the brand across the competition that we have, which is for sure. I mean, if we talk about a couple of years back, we might not be having that kind of tough competition, but today it has become very much competitive as a whole. Okay, so conclusions, and actions. So strategies actually, in order to stand out from competition, helps in evaluating the business, market, and competitors. So external outcomes of the standing out from the competition start from internally, by defining the processes, developing quality mindset, evaluating and innovating continuously, staying positive, and through exemplary teamwork. So, staying positive is just a word, if we say. But when we talk about daily lives, it has to be, the positive work environment. Because any work environment where there is a toxicity, where there is a kind of a politics, where there is, a leg pulling, so it's just practically not possible to have a productivity enhanced over there. There is going to be energy wasted in tackling those kind of political moves, or the people who are trying to make themselves bigger than the rest. So then the competition starts around that. So there has to be a teamwork which is done in a way that creates a positive mindset and positive work environment. So actions. So basically, what I would propose over here, based on today's session, that we make a functional task force. I mean, for every department. Let's say if we talk about technical, operations, marketing, sales, and finance. So we make a task force where their objective would be to present some strategies in maybe a couple of weeks time. So what will be those differentiating strategies? How they will be have defined procedures? How they will further improve and innovate? How quality mindset will be inculcated within their function? how the connecting departments will have maximum support to execute tasks efficiently, and eventually how this will lead to stand out from the competition. So this is something which I could propose that we can take action from this session onwards, where Shizas can have been focal point, can have those names, and then couple of weeks time we can have some kind of suggestions or a presentation from every department, that how we can further improve things, what are the current procedures we are following. We can list it down, what are the improvements that we can bring to streamline the overall company's processes as a whole. So that I leave it further, that the next section is how we can do it. But just to close it, as a today's sessions, there is just a small video again. So it's a mix of, so that you keep your attention.
If you want to make money online as an affiliate marketer, you may find this a little bit controversial, but we've stumbled across a way to a reliable page.
Right. So I think Asim, you raise hand or something.
No, I think it's Murid for now.
Murid.
Yeah, I just basically thank you so much. It's really wonderful the training. I really appreciate everyone whoever attended, and I like the idea which you have given the task force, because I just from the previous experience in the same organization, like when I was catering the textile sector, we have done the same thing. We created a the team that's basically taken care of the quality, sustainability, and how the race to automatically when you raise the standards, so automatically it directly proportional to the raise of the revenue and the sales as well as. So this is the good idea. From each department, just choose out the people, those really working on these kind of things, and that will also accountability, and make the list out of that, what the problems we have, what resources we have, and how we improve within the resources what we have. So this is my suggestion from my side, and thank you again, Nadeem. Thank you. Wonderful training.
Yes, anyone, if someone has any comment or suggestion or any opinion.
Yes, I think I would like to thank you, Nadeem, for such a wonderful session. And I think two, 3 points which I would like to highlight over here is I would like to thank the team as well who has been behind this, ranging Shiza and others who are managing all this stuff. And we have requested that we want to have this a continuous sort of a session within the company. uh, a few things when you showed the first video in the football as well. So I one of the things which was catching for me as well is that when they were passing the ball and to the other team members, the competition was focusing on one area of where the ball is, and they were not trying to realize what the next strategy would be. And that's where they were playing well, and they were just getting the competition to focus on something else while their strategy was something else, and they went into that goal post and got it there. So it is important that we also have our strategies well planned, and we share within our team, and we try to make sure that it is not exposed to the competition as well, and we play it in the right way, so that it can be a competition doesn't know where we are going, and we should be ahead of the curve. That's one thing. The other thing is, I think in the quality which you have rightly mentioned, I think it's very important that this quality and the teamwork cannot happen if all of us start working in their respective domains together and respect each other and try to make that impact all together. If we try to do it alone, this will never be able to happen. So it is important that all the leaders, all the department heads, all the team members must be focusing with the same vision. They should not be compromising on the quality. Then only you will be knowing as yes, as tracking that yes, this is the company which does not compromise on quality and giving good, better services for the customers. So I think it's something which has to be done at every end, and we should think that we should how we can improve ourselves, which will also give an impact to our team members and the company overall. Thank you again, Nadeem.
Yes, anyone else? Okay, so I think Shihab, you have to say something.
No, thank you, actually, Mr. Nadeem. It was very clear, and it was actually very, very nice session that we get a lot from this session. And again, thank you, and thank the team that they was behind this.
Ji, Murid.
There's little suggestion normally, because I've also been to the training, many trainings. So just a suggestion to Shiza, whoever arranging, just get all these participants who are ever just two learning points of everyone's, can make a list that what they have learned, two learning point, which will lead to the trainer, as well as everyone is listening here, and everyone is watching whatever the trainer and the team had done in the hard working of this is a suggestion.
Yeah, I'm sure this is they are already sharing some of the forms in order to get feedback of every session. So I think it will be shared right after this session as well. So that is, I think, this point, if not mentioned, so she'll definitely be incorporating in that. So, okay, I think as I mentioned earlier, that objective of these sessions are to have some kind of interaction within the team on regular basis and around some subject or some area where we can improve as an organization. But as I mentioned, in that it's It's the improvement that will be brought by the individuals and then as a team. So who is actually benefiting out of it